Good morning, Year 6, and happy Thursday to you. Similar overview that we've been doing for the last couple of weeks through the day, and the times down the side, these are all suggested. So by now we should have worked out a time limit for each activity with our parents. So if they're different to that, don't worry. Or if you want to use those ones, that's absolutely fine too. Here are some extra bits. If you finish early and want extra bits to do to keep yourself entertained, please go to these websites here. Okay, morning activity. First thing, wake your brain up a little bit. It's an emergency, and you can only save 3 things from your house. Maybe there's a big flood or something. Not including people or animals. They're all safe and dry with you. What would you save and why? Only 3 things. It's a hard one. I would definitely be starting with the chocolate stash. Have a go at these and then press play when you're ready to move on to your reading. Okay, we're on chapter 16 of Wolf Brother. Don't forget that the text is on a separate PDF on the Year 6 learning page on the school website. So if you need to get a copy of that, it is there. Read for your allocated time or read the chapter. And if you have any extra time left, have a think about these 3 questions. Go back through the text, find the answers or find your evidence to support these questions, because that skill is really, really important and it will help you lots when you get up to secondary school. TT Rockstar time. Okay, guys, you know the drill by now. 20 minutes completing games on TT Rockstars. Well done, you're all doing a cracking job. I think I might set up a competition with another class for next week. Just to show them how fabulous we are. I'll be looking at who is accessing these, and I'm very impressed with those people that are doing it regularly. Even those that are still in school, they're going home and playing it in the evenings as well. So well done, you guys, really good job. If you're unable to access TT Rockstars, then there are some questions on the next slide for you. So here are your fluency questions for today. They're set out a little bit differently, but they are still multiplication questions. They're just in column multiplication, but they are times table questions. So we might not need to use column multiplication to work them out. They're just set out a little bit differently. So have a go at these as quick as you can, and then use a calculator or another person at home to check your answers for you. Maths. I say it every day, I feel like I repeat myself. If you haven't signed up to Khan Academy previously, please go to the learning video of the 8th of June 2020, the Year 6 one, and it's got some instructions there on how you can join for free. You do not need an email to do so, but I would just double check with your parents that they're happy for you to do that. The class code is written in red just to the right of the screen, and your daily lesson will be up there ready for you today. Okay, let's test ourselves. Can you spell the word obtained? Can you spell the word council? And can you spell the word weightless? So obtained, council, and weightless. Have a go at writing those. See if you can remember from yesterday. And I'll put the answers up in 3, 2, 1. Well done if you got all 3 of those right, or you got more right than you did yesterday. It's a really good job. They are some tricky words. And these are your words for today. So suffered, typical, and usually. Usually is always a tricky one. Trying to work out where the U and the U's and the S go and how many L's we've got. So take 15 minutes now, practice them in any style that you like, put them all into a sentence, and then ask somebody at home to test you on them. Enjoy and good luck. Okay, today's writing task. You're going to imagine that these skis are yours. You've never worn skis before. You've never been skiing before, but you're about to do it for the first time. I want you to think about what's racing through your mind. How do you feel? What are your hands doing? What are your legs doing? Are you a bit nervous? Are your knees knocking together and making you wobble all over the place? I want you to build some suspense. So at the minute, this person who is skiing is hurtling towards that big cluster of trees, which might result in a nasty bump, I'm assuming. So predict what will happen next, and I'd like you to write the whole event as a mini story, but just keep it to 1 page in your book. So how much suspense and panic can you create in 1 page of your book? Enjoy, and if you're proud, pop them up on Padlet. Okay, today's transition activity is a time capsule letter. So I actually did this myself when I was in year 7. My best friend and I, we sat down and we wrote letters to our future selves and said what we predicted what would be like or what we would be doing in the future, and things that we wanted to achieve by that point. And it was really nice. We left, I think we wrote them in year 7 and we opened them together in 6th form. So at the end of our 6th form, before we both went off to, well, she went off to college and I went off to university. And it was really lovely, actually. It was quite a nice way, and we made quite a few predictions that came true, which is really nice. So I want you to think now that you're going to write yourself a letter for when you finish secondary school. So when you're in year 11, or if you wanted to, when you're in 6th form, like I did. Think about what you'd like to have achieved by then. Think about, you know, who you want to be as a person at that point. Make some predictions, maybe give your future self some advice. At the end of high school, you might be a bit nervous about where you're going on to next, or excited. So give your future self a little bit of advice. Write it down, pop it in an envelope if you've got one, or hide it away in a drawer, and promise yourself, write a date on the front of it of when you're going to open it. And promise yourself not to open it till then, because then it ruins the surprise. And you'll forget about it and you'll find it again in a few years' time, and it'll be lovely. It's a really nice moment to read back and see what, 10 or 11-year-old you was thinking about high school. So take your time with this one, guys, and enjoy it. It'll be quite a special moment. I'll speak to you tomorrow.